Hello everybody and welcome back to my Introduction to Bash Scripting video series. In this video we're going to cover Bash arrays. If you have ever done any programming, you're probably familiar with what arrays are, but just in case that you're not a developer, arrays are similar to variables, but unlike variables, arrays can hold multiple values. So let's hit our terminal and let's show you how arrays work. If we run ls, we can see that the folder is empty as we deleted the file in the last video. And let's go ahead and create a new file called devdojo.com, just as an example that you don't always have to name your scripts with a .sh file extension. It would work even if the file doesn't end in .sh, but it's a good practice to keep things consistent. And let's start, as always, with a shebang. After that, let's put a short comment just to test this out. And then to initialize our array, all that we need to do is, just as a regular variable, specify the name of the array, then put the equal sign, and then the specific thing here are the brackets. And inside the brackets, we assign our values by dividing them by a space. So in other words, you can initialize an array by assigning values divided by space and enclosing them in brackets. Let's put a couple of values here, value 1, value 2, and value 3. Then again, to access a specific value, we can use the echo command followed by the $sign and the name of the array. And then in square brackets, we specify the index ID of the value that we want to access. One important thing to keep in mind is that arrays start at index 0, so now that we specified index 1, we're actually seeing the second value because that's the index of it. If we specify index 0, then we would see the first value. Value 1 is at index 0, value 2 is at index 1, and value 3 is at index 2. Let's make this a little bit easy and let's change the values so that they also start at 0. And then let's copy this line and duplicate it and echo out all of the arguments. So you see value 0 is at position 0, value 1 is at position 1, and value 2 is at position 2. Now, in order to access the last element of an array, all that you need to do is use -1, which would basically show value 2. As value 2 is the last element of our array. And similar to the bash argument, you can output all of the elements of the array by putting the @ sign. As you can see now, if we run the script, we're getting all of the elements of the array in here. Arrays could be confusing, but once you get the hold of them, you can write some awesome scripts with them. This is going to be pretty much for this video. In the next video, we're going to cover bash conditionals. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.